Hi, my name's Hayes. I work for IMD. We're an international booking company. We look after international artists and electronic dance music stars, book them around the world, and I'm their agent.
How did you get in the cahoots with Danny Rampling? What happened there?
Well, with Danny, I've known him for years, and he always saw what I did and approached me about 3 years ago and said, I want you to look after my DJing.
How did you get into it? Did you leave school and say, right, I'm going to be an agent, or...?
I literally fell into it. And, the cliche of the dance music industry is you start at the bottom and you work your way up. And it's exactly what I did. I started working for a Japanese record company as the cleaner, and I worked my way up into the industry and then ended up working for a management company. And things just went from there. And it was a passion of mine. I used to go clubbing every weekend. I just loved electronic dance music. And at the time I was in the building industry, and the two worlds didn't equal each other.
Yeah.
So I just made the move.
Were you a builder? Were you a bricklayer?
No, I was actually a project manager.
Oh, right. Did you go to university and do something like that, college?
No. I left school and I said I never want to work in an office. Right. I wanted, and the total reverse happened.
Right.
And it is literally being in the right place at the right time. And things just happened. And I always believe in karma, and that the world introduces you to what you want to do.
Being an agent, I mean, it's not an easy job, is it? I mean, you're chasing people all the time, working for them all the time. It's a 24/7 job, is that right?
Totally, all the time. You're always talking to promoters, you're always making sure your artists are being looked after, and just, you live and breathe the industry. That is it. It is your passion and it's your life. And
if you slip up, what happens?
Well, I don't slip up.
Right, I got you there.
Yeah. Well, it's important that my number one priority is looking after my clients.
That's right.
And we've got to make sure that everybody gets to their gigs on time, and the gigs are the right gigs to the right people.
Yeah. If somebody wants to do that, I mean, obviously, that's one of the things they'll think. They'll say, if I want to do that job, I want to become an agent. But what if I make a mistake? And you said it right there. Don't make mistakes.
You don't make mistakes. We make mistakes in the office, but what we end up giving out to the world is always correct. We can make the mistakes before, but we always anticipate what's going to happen. And hopefully with anticipation, things go right. But things do go wrong, but it's always strength of character is how you deal with it when it goes wrong. You can't be responsible for everything all of the time.
How did you set the business up? I mean, was it partnership? Where did you get the money? How did it happen?
I started working for a management company a long time ago that I was equal partners in, and it went really well for a long time. But then I ended up joining an agency run by a woman called Rachel Birchwood, and we now work as a partnership. And it's sort of like it's almost like a collective. We all like lock heads, get together, and we go on from there.
Major skills. What would you say is a major skill for something like this?
It's communication and organisation. If you can't communicate properly, you never get the right details. And if you can't organise well, nothing would happen.
In your roster, who do you have? You've got Danny. Who else do you deal with?
We've got Danny, we've got Smoking Joe, we've got Sharam, we've got Jeff Mills, Sander Kleinenberg. We've got 28 people on the roster now. And most of them are from the UK, but we're now representing a lot of international artists. But our job is international. It's not just based in England, it's not based in Scotland, it's based everywhere. Electronic music has really knocked down the boundaries internationally, so we've got people all over the world.
The type of jobs within that industry, say for example your own company, an agent, who else do you have in there?
We've got travel planners, we've got accountancy, we've got people looking after the office. It's a little bit of everything, From the agent who is in charge of looking after the acts and actually doing the actual bookings, you then got the back-end support that then looks after everything else.
The future for yourself, what's the next step? What's going to happen?
Keep on looking after my artists 110%. That is my life, I live and breathe electronic music. And I just want to spread the word that electronic music breaks down the boundaries, and it surely does.
Were you a DJ at one time?
I was. Yeah. I still do a bit of DJing, but I laid down my headphones some time ago because I actually enjoyed more of the challenge of the booking agent of actually looking after my artists. If you're an international artist, you spend more time travelling. They're out all the time, and I actually like my home life. I settled down, and I wanted to stay at home.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you one thing just to round off. As I said to Danny earlier there, I've come up with this invention called a Frichter scale. Right.
Yeah.
What it means is stage fright. And I mean, Fricht in this country is fright.
Yeah.
Right. Danny says he was roughly around a 6. He was even more frightened when he had the kids, he said.
Yeah.
What would you be?
I'd be about an 8. I used to suffer horrendously from stage fright when I used to perform. And, it wouldn't be uncommon that I'd be, 10 minutes before the performance almost going, "Ugh," behind stage because I was that frightened of appearing. Because when you're a performer, you want to perform to the best of your abilities. And if you really care about what you do, you get frightened because you're worried about what you're going to do. So, God, I can really understand, if you really care about what you do and you're passionate, you will suffer from fright.
You suffer for your art.
I would say yes, you do. Yeah, definitely.